Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. I'm recording this on March 21st, and this is episode 96, so that means that we are just 4 episodes away from episode 100, where I've got something special planned. I'm hoping that some of you out there have some ideas for some music I can use in that video. I'd love your suggestions. One of the most difficult thing for me to do when I'm doing, special videos or fast forwarding or something like that is finding interesting music to go along with that. So if you could leave your suggestions for music in the comments, I would love that. All right, so it's been about a month since I last recorded, and when we finished off, we had a basic, we had the rendering working properly, which I'm just thrilled about. I'm really happy to see that working. Now it's time to, I think, do a lot of cleanup. We had a whole bunch of stuff that we'd taken notes on as we went through that. And I think it's time to clean it up. I don't have any particular idea of where I want to go next with this. I think, however, let's see. Let's just go through this. Render negative dollars in red in the text field. Yeah, we need to, well, I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Let's see. So if we have that at minus whatever, do we want that to be negative? Yeah, I think actually we probably do. And it would be nice if there was an icon here in the corner to indicate that this was a bad value. So yeah, we'll keep that. Excuse me. Have the icon description to reflect the actual underlying problem. I don't think so. I think I'm going to take that out, and same for displaying the tooltip. That's a neat feature, but that's something we don't really need for our first release. I'm still trying to get a walking skeleton going. Excuse me. Still trying to get sort of a basic, end-to-end version of this app going. We do need a proper icon, though. These stars aren't going to do the trick. We probably need to manage our resources better or look into that. We definitely need to render or initialize the starting balance field with the correct value. Right now, when I start the app, you'll notice the starting balance field here doesn't actually change to, this is supposed to be the starting balance, but it's not reflected here until we do something. So that's got to work properly. We're actually already doing this. We have an unreachable code exception, so we don't need that. And I think it would be interesting to do overflow, underflow. I think that would be not too hard to do and a good thing to do. So let's keep that in. So let's do the resource stuff first, and then we'll look at some of these other things. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't draw my own icon. That turned out to be beyond my meager drawing abilities. But I did find a really nice icon set online from somebody whose name I will try not to mispronounce by not reading it. This person right here has a lovely set of icons online at this URL. That's in the readme.txt now. If you go onto GitHub, you'll see it. So anyway, I just took one of those and used it. That is really nice, and it produces a beautiful icon and looks really good. So that's good for that. So next, what I would like to do is, manage those resources better. One thing that's really silly here is that I've got the icon in my domain package, which obviously can't be right. So I think what I need to do is create a way of managing these resources. I looked into the Java's resource management stuff, and it looked like it was more than I needed, to be honest. I just need something really simple, which is to say, when I ask for the icon, I should get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a little piece of code to return that icon. So it's, for some reason my brain's not all here and I'm having trouble speaking clearly, but I think it'll be pretty clear once I do it. And I don't think I'm going to write any tests on this because what I have in mind is really drop dead simple. So Yeah, let's just do it. So I was thinking just a simple resources class with a, I'm inclined to say static method. I don't know, converting a monotype, which is when you use all statics in a class, that's called a monotype pattern, as opposed to the singleton pattern, which is an instance that only has, or a class that you use the instances of, but there's only one instance. Singletons are abused, as everybody knows by now. Monotypes are sort of a simpler way of doing the same thing, but the problem with a monotype is if you ever want to have multiple instances, it's a real pain to change. So what I think I'll do is I will go ahead and not make this as a monotype, but I'm not going to make it a singleton either. I'm just going to, do a simple call. And what I want to do is I want to take this piece of code here and turn that into a method call. And let's see, what are we looking for there? That is the invalid dollar icon. Okay, so that's what I want to have. That should all still work. No, it doesn't though. Why not? That was unexpected. Oh, I changed the name of the file. And you know what? I can modify invalid dollars test.render to swing label. I can make that work a little bit better, I think, by referring to resources class rather than loading from the file system. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, but what else is new? Okay, so yeah, that should all pass now. So now, if I go back to invalid dollars, I should be able to just do that inside of my resources class. And here, that should still work. Except that it's pausing forever. Okay, that's not so good. Let's kill that. I wonder why it's doing that. It's the same code. The only difference that I can tell is that it didn't have the icon file in there. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, at any rate, I'm pretty sure I got the code working. Obviously, the test isn't working yet, and there's some funkiness there. Yeah. So I am not doing a great job of programming this, to be honest. It's yeah, it's really bad. But it works, so now we just need to get this test to pass. Really, I mean, what I'm looking for here is just that simple. That should pass now. Yep, that passes. The only other thing that I don't really like here is that invalid dollars is now explicitly depending on the UI package. Now, one way to resolve that would be pass in the resources instance. The nice thing about that is that it's now dependency injection, and if I wanted to mock out the resources for testing, for example, I could easily do that. The disadvantage is that it's now something else to add into every single call to render, but I don't see that as a big problem. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pass in resources, which means now I can do that. And that's why, you know, not using a monotype is a good thing here. So that's going to fail. Oh. Let's see. So now I'm going to have to go through and fix all the places where this doesn't feel right for some reason. I feel like I'm just hacking it in, which I am, to be fair. Yeah, this is a bit iffy. I'm not sure if this, you know, passing it in doesn't seem to be all that much cleaner than just constructing it right there. I'm going to go ahead and pass it in anyway, but definitely not loving this. I think this is something that the longer I live with it, the better idea I'll get of how good of an idea it is. At any rate, I think I'm just about out of time. So I'm going to stop here and pick up in the next episode. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you next time.